Welcome back to Tran Wins Baldur's Gate 3. I've took another look at the character creator before we dove into the game now that I finished the nautiloid. Is that what the name of it? I want to say Nautilus, which is essentially a tutorial section. It's an on-rails experience designed to get me accustomed to the game. Taking another look at the races, I had learned that we actually have this whole section here, skill proficiencies, which I didn't implement at all because I was in a rush to finish ability so I could go back to background guild artisan or charlatan and all those other background skills. Well, it turns out that races can give me a skill bonus. I knew that gnome gave me history and stuff like that, but I didn't really understand it further. I even suspected as such when I was clicking between these, I think it was soldier, outlander, guild artisan or something, that there was a certain skill that was just moving around that I could not quite account for. Well, that's here. If I were to pick a skill that the game already is handing me, it would probably have juggled these elsewhere. For the time being, I'm picking one skill to be Deception and one skill to be Arcana. Some of these are not something that I can pick, probably because I am a class Warlock. I'll get into that in a second. For our attributes, we've gone ahead and gone for 10 for everything except for High Intelligence and Wisdom, so that we can pass more skill checks. Otherwise, these are pretty irrelevant to our character. For our class, we've gone to Warlock instead of Sorcerer just to shake things up and so that I can learn a little bit more about the game. I mean, I'm not really expecting anything much out of these two proficiencies for the time being. Cantrips, we've picked Eldritch Blast. Friends, I'm not exactly sure I can leverage this properly, but we'll see. Spells, we have Hellish Rebuke, which does a tremendous amount of damage. This is 2d20. That sounds really good, and on a dexterity save, the target still takes half damage. Earlier I was casting Ice Knife, and it could stand to miss, so I probably would have been better going for a Magic Missile, because that early in the game, my accuracy is probably pretty low. Finally, we have Witch Bolt, which I don't actually understand what this totally does. I think... Okay. I'm worried about it because when I picked the Tiefling in the first recording session, I had read I had read a thing where I just assumed that I could cast and throw it without costing an action. That was my misunderstanding. This is a spell, so it's not a racial feature, meaning that this is something that's more flexible. A racial feature is kind of locked in. But as a spell, I don't know if activating it is an action every turn. So if I cast this on one turn, does activating it require an action? I don't know. So we'll find out. And I did pick Guild Artisan just so that I can get Persuasion, and Insight sounded like a decent extra skill. One of the reasons why I leveraged Intelligence and Wisdom, so that we can try other things such as Arcana and Insight. Alright, I think that's everything.
You need a guardian. Choose one.
Actually, I think this kind of was the you know what, I'll just go with default appearance for now.
As you wake, the tadpole squirms in your skull.
I orient myself. Where did I land?
The chaos of the crash site confuses the landscape. You'll need to find a settlement or landmark, and you'll need to do it quickly. The tadpole is a death sentence, and the clock is ticking. You need a cure.
Don't be alarmed that my character is now green-skinned. Save it. Find a way to remove the Mind Flayer parasite. We've escaped the hells on the nautiloid and crashed somewhere back in the material plane. We need to explore the area and find a healer. I know we have to go north from where we are, but you always want to check behind you to see if there's anything that you can do. Apparently this entire area is counted as a chasm, which I assume is instant death. Actually, I kind of wonder, can I jump into it?
Fresh water. There must be a settlement somewhere nearby.
Yeah, it actually just says it. Okay.
One day I'll catch a break.
Oh, I didn't even see that there was text here. We're going to just go ahead and wake her. I'm sure it won't let us have the artifact.
You're alive. I'm alive. How is this possible?
I was hoping you might know that.
I remember the ship. I remember falling. Then nothing.
What happened to our Gith friend?
You might want to reconsider calling her a friend. Looks like she ran off without us.
Don't be so judgmental. We should look for her. She might be injured, or worse.
You're more concerned for her than she is for you, clearly. We need to take care of ourselves. First things first. We need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
You have any idea where we are?
No. I don't recognize this place. But anything's an improvement on where we just came from.
You want to stay together, I take it.
We need each other. And we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company.
Alright, let's get moving.
One thing. Just before we go. I wanted to thank you again. For freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod. But you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
Alright, so we just got a companion's quest, Daughter of Darkness. I already know what this darkness is about. I went ahead and recorded all of their dialogue lines in the character creation. You can actually select these characters to play as. You can play as Shadowheart, and you can basically interview them. Instead of setting their skills, they just talk to you. So I've recorded that footage, and at an opportune time, I may portray that. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it, because some of the things that they talk about might be considered spoilers with regards to the character interests. I haven't quite decided how best to do that. Highlight nearby items, making it easier to find loot. Yeah. Thanks for telling me this way late in the game. I mean, it's not that late, but it took me 2 hours to get to this point. Or to reach the beachhead the first time. We got a bunch of... Oh, is this my friend? Is this us? Well, it says just... No, I don't think so. It just says Intellect Devourer, not us. Recipe unlocked. Suspension of Murgrass. Press H to view. I don't know what... Why did you open my inventory? What? Touching a little of the substance to your lips, you begin to hear muffled pulses of sound, daubs of thoughts belonging to those nearby. I guess this gives me some sort of detection ability. Oh, and I did learn by checking out the game menu that I can hit spacebar to do takeoff, so I'll just have to get used to doing that. I can read books and notes I picked up in my inventory. Double click to read it.
Sigh, I love you. There, I said it, and if you meet me tomorrow, I'll say it again and again, and keep on saying it till we're old and grey. So let's do it. Let's go to Baldur's Gate. I know it's risky, but so is staying here. The last few months have been hard, but they're always a little easier when you're there. Leave your boat and meet me at the hill overlooking the old bridge. Bring whatever you can carry. We'll make do without the rest. Don't be late. Love, Hannah.
This person doesn't have a name, so we don't know if he's Sai.
Anything of use?
Waypoint Discovered. Overgrown ruins. Okay. You've discovered a waypoint. You'll be able to teleport to this location by selecting it in the map. Press M to open your map. This is a map of your surroundings. You can view quest locations and place custom markers. You can also teleport to waypoints where you have discovered by selecting them. So don't get too startled if you ever see my character change forms again. It just means I decided to further refine what I was doing or change my style just to get experience for something else. Although the character appearance may change, I will keep the decisions consistent or otherwise notify you if I've changed how I've chosen to do anything. Ancient door. Use Tran. I mean, nope, I can't pick lock, so.
Can't get that open easily. Maybe there's another entrance.
Ancient Sigil Circle. Okay. It opened the map on its own, so I'm guessing this is a fast travel point. I'm assuming this way will also lead back to the beachhead we started at. The yellow dots up ahead. I don't know if these are hostile or not. They shouldn't be. There's no reason for them to be.
More of those wretched things.
If they weren't hostile when we were on the ship. Well, now it's a sword icon, so I guess they have become hostile. It wasn't a sword icon when I highlighted them before. Yeah, we must be back to where we were earlier, because this is something we've searched. So you either go to the east or to the west. I don't want to necessarily get in a fight, so we'll explore up to them. I'm assuming this will actually hurt me. I have to check the body. Shadowheart, you do it. Also, we have level ups, apparently.
No one back home will ever believe this.
I've also learned some other things by carefully observing the menu in the key binding. First off, I can set custom settings, and the way I interpret this is it's weird. This is basically set depending on where you've put these. So if I put it here, it's 1, here's 2, and here's 3. I'm assuming this is 4, 5, 6, and it's going to alternate. The reason why I think that is if I were to decrease the rows, it is now like this. So I believe it just goes vertically. Even though it lines things up horizontally, I'm assuming that's what's actually going on. Here's the first one, and then the space below it. Then here's the second one, the space below that, and so forth. I could easily make it a 4 or a 5, and this is how I would set hotkeys. But you don't even see the hotkey number here. But if I hit 1, I can still Eldritch Blast at a moment's notice.
If not,
Since we need to look for a healer, which I'm sure that this is a long-term quest and we won't find one, but these kind of story games expect you to attempt to futilely look for it. But we're going to follow this track here. Oh, I guess it's not much of a track. It's I was going to say maybe this leads to a town. But no, it looks like we do have to go through the Devourers. But yes, someone commented that I was picking up 25 stone items for 1 gold. I didn't actually know that this thing is a gold icon right here. That's how much something is worth. I didn't know that. I just knew that this was a big purple glowing object, and it's like, okay, I guess I'll pick it up. We have a new book. And I assume jumping here is also death. Yep. Okay. Take a look at this book real quick. And we all row with the spray upon our necks. And we all row with the spray upon our backs. And we all row with the sea beneath our feet. And the queen stays the storm. I'm not a very good singer. Besides, I'm a half-orc, okay? Let's go ahead and do this level up. So it's loading quite a bit. It took me 3 playthroughs of the falling cutscene to get the graphics to load mostly properly. So I'll leave that at the end of this episode if you wanted to see what the loaded graphics should look like, because apparently I only loaded half the ship. All right, so we had 5 hit points. We have another Warlock spell slot. So in the very first episode and second episode, I was a sorcerer. We went ahead and changed things back to a warlock. Getting the spell. Not sure why this is -1. Why is this bad for me? I mean, I'm charisma based. I have +3 to checks. Why is this bad? Okay, well, whatever. I'll leave it alone for now. So I'll get to pick 1 new spell. Now, how would I class change, though? Can I click on these? The amount of spells you can have fixed in your mind is limited. As you level up, you may wish to replace old spells with new ones. Ah, here we go. Now here comes the tough part. Multi-classing general tutorial. This advanced feature allows you to build powerful combinations of classes at the expense of higher level class features. You don't level up 1 class at a time. Alright. So multi-classing, if you're new to D&D, which you probably are not, anybody watching this is probably more familiar with D&D than I am, but multi-classing is a thing that you can do to acquire 2 or even 3 classes. So if I wanted to be a warlock and a wizard, I could totally do that. My intelligence is only 14, so I wouldn't necessarily benefit as much as being a wizard, but one thing that was often done when I was building metagaming characters was to get 1 class or 1 level in a single class, such as 1 level of paladin. And that's something that I'm thinking about doing. I'm not 100% sure this is the way to go yet. I wonder if I maybe should store up my level ups and then do this. But if I pick 1 level of paladin, I'll get all of the bonuses of a paladin. So do I only get the 1 specialization? Okay, yeah, I get to pick any of these. I'm thinking maybe like Oath of Vengeance, because I want to... This game, for whatever reason, doesn't have an alignment system. Maybe 5th edition has done away with that. I don't know if people call it 5th edition or 5e. I think people just say 5e. I don't know why. But yeah, a paladin has to adhere to his oath, otherwise he becomes a fallen. I assume that there aren't prestige classes, but I think that's something how you would become a blackguard. Again, my knowledge is obsolete or antiquated. I could even try becoming a sorcerer, so I'd be a warlock sorcerer. These are things I'm going to think about, but I'm not sure I'm going to go ahead and level up right now. Can I cancel my level up? Yes, I can. Okay, so we'll check out Shadowheart. We'll see if she wants to level up. Also, she has new gear. I don't know if she would have lost her old gear that she started with and then been given this, or if this is what she's just been given as a result of me still stealing all of her stuff. If she levels up as a cleric, she will get an extra level 1 spell. She'll be able to turn undead. You know, we'll go ahead and let her be a level 2 cleric because it's giving her turn undead, and I'm gonna guess that the game's gonna give us undead. Undead typically is a low-level monster, trash mob that you have to deal with, and since they've specifically given us a cleric who, by this point in the game, is going to get turn undead, we're gonna actually accept this. Prepare spells. Oh, I think this is just the normal spells she has. Huh. Okay, hold on. So actually, I know I said I'd just level her, but if she's just gonna get a fresh... She might just get a fresh load of spells. So we won't do that until we use up her magic. I don't know why this is got a bold icon around it. She's got banded armor, a crude mace, and a wooden shield. So yeah, she's got new gear. Kind of, again, I do wonder if she would have lost her old gear if I didn't steal it from her. You can take your stuff back. Take that. Take your mace. Take your shield. Oh, actually, let's see here. One of the things I messed with is you can actually click a slot and get anything that you can equip in that slot. I'll give her her old shirt back. I don't know which boots she had, but it's probably this one. That everything? Oh yeah, she had a headband. Hey, I got a floppy hat off one of the dead bodies. Why don't we put that on? Why can't I put that on? Does it not fit me? Yeah, there. Maybe it was displayed, but I didn't see it earlier. Alright, and I can also change my armor, but then I really, really don't look like a warlock. I mean, I don't really know what a warlock looks like.
Can't slow down. No traps, please.
I mean, I guess a warlock would probably be wearing all black robes. Maybe a tinge of red or purple or some other grim color. So that wouldn't really differentiate that much from a necromancer, except maybe necromancers wear black with green. High ground rules. Positioning is important. Ranged attacks from above are more likely to hit, while ranged attacks from below hit less often. Wow, these guys have just totally wrecked me.
Vicious filth. Best keep some distance, or this will be a short fight.
Yeah, so I can hit, say, 1 to do this. only 50% though. Why don't we cure wounds first?
Take you.
I guess we'll back up. Oh, there's a third one? Oh no, that's still the second one. Wait, what? Wasn't there one over here? How did he die? What? Was it this mysterious liquid? Yeah, okay. Intellect Devour was hit for 13 damage. Oh, that's Hellish Rebuke. Okay, yeah. That's what happened. If I select my Warlock, he has a reaction. I guess he just used the spell automatically. I thought it was supposed to ask me if it wants to use the spell. Wait, no, click on... The check mark means ask. Duh, okay. Okay, I think... Okay, that makes sense. Yes, I am playing this blind. Please do pardon me if I'm not like playing as an expert Baldur's Gate person who's known about the game for 2 years.
Close at hand.
Alright, so I do have 1 hit point, but I'm not sure if that's because of my specialty, and it doesn't look like it. I think he would have done 7 damage anyways, so he probably still has his
Blood
perk.
comes easy these days.
Where can I show you that perk? Character sheet? No, not Mortal Reminder. Relentless Endurance. If you reach 0 hit points, you regain 1 hit point instead of becoming downed. So I assume I still have that. And it looks like I can only do once per long rest. Of course. Now let me think here. I don't know if I should run into them. Well, probably to save him from getting hit. And I guess that was a critical hit? Why did he get frightened? Is it part of my Eldritch Blast? No, I don't see anything that says... Mortal Reminder. Oh, that's my Oath of One, or whatever it's called. Yeah, okay. When I land a critical hit against any enemy, that creature and any nearby enemies must succeed a Wisdom saving throw or become frightened until the end of the turn. Okay, that is an ability I have. I thought I saw that somewhere, but I didn't quite remember. Again, total newbie to Baldur's Gate 3. I never even finished Baldur's Gate 2. For some reason, I just got totally bored of it. I did finish Baldur's Gate 1 multiple times, though. I don't know if that counts for anything. I still have to pick her up. I kind of just assumed that she'd stand up after defeating all enemies. Take a short rest to recover half your hit points and some other resources. Wait, oh, okay, never mind. By resources, they mean spells. So now we'll guess.
Take you.
In the day, your replenishable resources are dwindling. Take a long rest to restore hit points and other resources. I think resource is kind of an odd word for that. When you say resource, I think of stuff like stone, wood, and gold. Alright, so now that she's used up both her spells, and she's low on hit points, we're going to go ahead and try leveling her up and see if she gets any of that back. Accept. She did not get a full replenishment of her hit points. She just get probably whatever hit points that she gained. She was probably like at 10 before, so she gets 7 max, 7 current. She didn't renew all of her spell slots. Since she gained 1 spell slot, she got another charge.
Take you.
So there was no fresh healing, which is fine. I didn't really expect D&D rules to do that. That's more of a JRPG thing. Is that you get like a renewed resources when you level up. Is this the ship? Or is it just part of it? Oh, look, we found an item. Pick it up. You've stepped on a surface that could become dangerous if affected by elements like fire or lightning. Most surfaces like this can be washed away with water. I guess we got everything from here. I don't know why those things were hostile to me, though.
Need to find a way forward.
We still have the parasite in our body, so would it not think we are part of the same team?